Good evening, Bryan Brigade. Welcome to Dan United. I'm going to have to think about the camera tonight. The FA have completely done Manchester United over again. And do you know what? We ain't even doing the intro video because I'll be completely honest with you. I'm tired and I'm too pissed off to do so. Look, the news broke earlier today that Harry Maguire, we'll go through it in a second, has had his ban extended. The news also breaking that it looks very much like Lisandro Martinez isn't going to have his red card rescinded. When does this end? Now, look, there's a couple of comments already. I want to make sure you get your comments in tonight because we've got to talk about this. There's talk about the managers as well. There's also talk about Marcus Rashford. We got stuff to talk about, and let's just get straight into it. You have to bear with me because this is the electric's broke in the house today, so I'm all over the place. Anyway, look. Confirmed today, so Harry Maguire will miss Manchester United's trip to Chelsea after being handed an additional one-match ban for improper conduct. An independent regulatory commission, independent my fucking arse, yeah? Ban me for that, charged Maguire on April the 1st for acting in an improper manner after swearing at fourth official Matt Donoghue. Well, let me tell you something about Matt Donoghue, yeah? I don't even know this guy. I'll probably never meet this guy in my life. But I guarantee Matt Donoghue was the type of guy at school that used to run and tell the teachers about everything. He kicked the ball into the net. He stole my crayons. He's taken my sausages off my plate. Matt, seriously, mate, grow the fuck up. This is the real world. This is emotion. You are in a football match with high emotions. There has just been an incident that has caused high emotion. And when we go into what he actually said, you tell me whether this was enough to give a guy an extra one-match ban. Let's go straight into it because, look, in the FA's written responses for Harry Maguire's suspension, fourth official Matt Donoghue, a.k.a. Uncle Knobhead, said Maguire had approached him and shouted, "You're a joke. You're all a fucking joke." Let's go back to that moment. We'll continue with this in a minute. Let's go back to that moment in a highly intensified situation because the red card, yeah, he was the last man. I see it, but it was the exact same thing the other end of the pitch against Ahmad. I've heard Declan Rice shout, "You're all corrupt." We have seen so many comments from players. How many times? I'll go into that in a second. Let me finish this because I'm not done. Maguire, however, in his statement contended that he said something along the lines of, "It's a fucking joke," and was certain he did not call any match official a joke. They are a joke. Let's have that out right now. The officials in England are all a fucking joke. They are corrupt. They are not fit for fucking purpose, okay? I've had enough of this. This today was the cherry on the fucking cake for me. Donoghue later admitted that there is a possibility he misheard or misrecollected Maguire saying you're a joke, but remembered the United player saying you're all a fucking joke with clarity, and he believed it was aimed at the collective group of officials. I mean, look. This now... Where's the precedent? Where's the precedent? Because let me tell you this now. I watched 4 games of football over the weekend. Mrs. Robinson wasn't very well, so I managed to watch the football. How many times in a football game, when a decision doesn't go the way of a player, do they go, "Fuck off, oh, you fuck"? How many times? So are we going to do this for every decision now? Like, are we going to do this for every decision? I'm at a loss with it. This Matt Donoghue, seriously, he must live in a cul-de-sac and have the only house there. Honestly, I'm so angry at this. Like, I don't think I've been this angry this year. And it's not even with a United player. It's not even with the manager. It's not even with Ineos. It's not even with the Glazers. It's with parasites that have so much control over our game. It's with parasites that love to be the center of attention. It wouldn't surprise me if they start clambering together to get match of the day cancelled so we can have ref of the day. But we want ref of the day. We want a whole 90 minutes of watching us because we're the stars. We're the people that people pay to watch. You're not. And if anything, you're destroying the absolute game that we love. I'll go through some of the comments and then I want to carry on with some more bits here because this is fucking ridiculous. Good to see you, Andy. Says, hello, Dan and everybody. Why do we expect anything different from the FA? Absolutely. Players need to be more disciplined, says Chappie. They think they can say what they want. If they let him off, where would it end? But Chappie, I disagree. I disagree with that entirely, mate. And the reason I disagree with it, I've played football, never, nowhere near the level of this. How many times I can remember when I've gone, ref, are you taking the piss? Ref, that's never a foul. Ref, what the fuck are you doing? It's not like he's walked off the pitch and gone, you're all a bunch of see you next Tuesdays. If he says something like that, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely ban him. But you're all a fucking joke. Is that really where we are? Like, is that really where we are? Is this the way football's going? Like, is this the way the world's going? Like, you can't say that. I think it's a joke. Like, I'll be honest with you, not Chappie, your comment's valid. I appreciate you putting the comment in. But I think this is absolutely ridiculous. I think it's an absolute disgrace. Good to see you, it looks Carpy. Gary says, absolute joke, Dan, but didn't expect anything else with these tossers. Be careful saying tossers, Gary. If the FA catch wind of that, mate, they'll ban you from watching the games. Gaza then says, but they are, but you know what they're like, Dan, with us? Just say nothing. I tell you what, this is why I love being able to do this. Because you can. You know what I mean? I have my opinion. This Matt Donoghue probably works at Mackey's. Do you know what I mean? He's probably in the back. Just seriously. I can't deal with it. They're woke as fuck, just like the country. Carl says, evening all. Do you really want my honest opinion on all of this? Go for it, Carlos. That's what we want. Without refs, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Chappie, you're right. I mean, what would we do? What would we do if referees stopped tomorrow? I tell you what we do. We get the younger bunch come through and we give them an opportunity. Or we get them from Europe. These clowns in England, man. These clowns. These referees in England, that they just think that the world revolves around them. The arrogance that they portray. Oh, dearie me. Gaza says, I'm from a rugby town, and in any code, you can't swear at the refs. So if the FA wanted it to be the same, they need to punish everyone with yellow cards, and it would soon stop, to be fair. Absolutely. Yeah, look, if you're going to do it, then you do it for everyone. You don't do it after a highly charged incident. Harry Maguire was clearly annoyed, clearly upset. He's just been red carded. He's just been red carded. Where's the common sense? Like, where's the feeling of, look, he's just been sent off. He's obviously fuming. He's walked past me. He said you're all a fucking joke. Brilliant. Okay. But no, a match ban. And by the way, they wanted it to be a 2-match ban. But they said because of his character, they said, nah. We're happy with the one. Fuck off. Having said that, all rugby refs aren't like these egomaniac mania. Yeah, look, Tierney. I mean, I said it the other day. If I was Martinez the other day, I'd have knocked him out as I walked off. Honestly, he's another one. He's another one. These tweets were interesting. So Samuel, let me just get rid of the comment a second. So Samuel Luckhurst said the following. As a friend just messaged, United's last 2 bans have been for swearing and dislodging a hair bubble. Read that and get that in your head, right? Let that sink in. As a friend just messaged, Manchester United's last 2 bans have been for swearing and dislodging a hair bubble. Now, McTominay referee John Moss a few years ago, this was 2020. John, you're taking the piss after booking James. I mean, make it make sense. And there's more as well. There's more. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'll bring this into it as well. So, again, Samuel Luckhurst, let me move that up a bit so you can see it. Where are we? No. Let me get rid of that a second. Let me move. What the fuck's that? What? Who the fuck is this guy? There we go. We'll move that up because I want this still at the bottom. Right. Sir Alex Ferguson told fourth official Jeff Winter he was a fucking joke. Winter was at St. James's Park in 2003. He got a 2-game ban and a fine. No surprise Maguire has copped the same punishment. And this is key here, but odd that the FA didn't ban Rodri for questioning a referee's impartiality. Again, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And Andy Mitten, I must say, I fucking love this from Andy Mitten. Manchester United players have been warned that they'll be banned for up to 18 games if they breathe air during the remaining fixture. It's a new rule introduced this week. It will apply to United, but not to opponents. Now, look, let me just get rid of them a second because I want to bring this back up. I want to bring that up. Let me just get rid of that. Boom. Where are we? I don't know what's happening with that. This is absolutely a dagger to Manchester United. This is a dagger to Manchester United because we go to Chelsea on Saturday, and it looks like we go to Chelsea without our two centre backs. I'd be very intrigued to see who the referee is in there. I mean, do you know what? It doesn't matter which referee is in charge of Manchester United anymore. I don't have any faith. I know that by one way or another, they're going to do something that's going to completely fuck us over. I know it. I'm happy to admit it. I'm happy to sit there and take it. But people like this, they're just destroying the game, and they're taking pleasure in it. They are taking pleasure in it. Now, Martinez, so United are appealing Martinez's red card, but the feeling is it's unlikely to be overturned. That's from Laurie Whitwell. So again, I go back to that's another shit decision from the FA, from VAR, from the PGMOL. I literally, United have got away with some this season. You get away with some, you don't get away with some. But I'm at a point now where the ref, I just feel like as a country, we are laughed at for so many things. We're laughed at because of the government, because let's be honest, the government are an absolute fucking joke, haven't got a clue what they're doing. And we're laughed at because of our football. You know, we talk a big game in this country, the best league in the world. Come watch the Premier League. We have the biggest TV rights. Come watch the Premier League, home of football, yeah? Come and watch us. Come and watch the best teams slog it out, yeah, lol, this season. And whilst you're at it, you can watch Paul Tierney, the little bald-headed gnome running around going, bubble out, red card. Yeah, it's a red card. His bubbles come out. No, his bubbles come out. You can't do that to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who, by the way, has already elbowed fucking twice. Stay quiet about that, though, don't they? Honestly. And what you have to, I mean, like, look, at a point you become bitter, and I am bitter, and I am annoyed, and I am angry. And you know what? These shows shouldn't be about me being angry in front of you guys. But I kind of feel like we're entering an era here, the referee era, where the referee feels like he is the star. Fucking arseholes. Like, I can't abide them. And you know something? This is another thing. I've said this on 12th Man several times. And I'll say it again, right? And I'll say it with chest. Why aren't any of these Burks, right, coming out after the game being interviewed? I tell you why. Because, like, the dodo, protected. Until the dodo went extinct, it was protected. Like that last hobnob in your biscuit jar, yeah? And you keep it away from everyone in the office. It's protected. You don't want anyone getting that biscuit. Premier League referees are protected. And I'll tell you why they're protected. Because these absolute idiots would come out after the game and go, I gave the decision because I need to, hang on, let me prepare a statement. Fuck off. Yeah. I'm talking to you referees. Do one. They have all the chest in the world on the pitch when they're like, oi, come here, yellow card. You, come here. Get them in front of the press. Get them in front of the cameras after every game. Get these pundits at the end of every game when they get to interview a manager who has been absolutely battered 5 or 6-0. A captain that's been absolutely battered 5 or 6-0. And they're expected to explain why their team didn't perform very well. They're expected to explain why the performance wasn't there for the fans. Get these bozos in front of the camera and get the pundits saying, right, Paul, talk us through the bubble incident. Talk us through this decision. Talk us through that decision. They won't do it. Instead, they leave Howard Webb to do it with Michael Owen, of all fucking people, the most boring person in the world. Referees, man, I'm telling you. They're just... Oh, God almighty, I'm so pissed off. Let's go through some more of these comments. Chappie says, I played rugby union and you kept your opinion to yourself. Different generation and respect is disappearing. I disagree with that, Chappie. I disagree with that again. When you look at the way Souness was, when you look at the way Keano was, when you look at the way Gerrard was, when you look at the way Jack Charlton was, when you look at the way the Leeds boys were, if the FA, I'll take your point and I'll ask you this. If the FA are going to do this now, then they should do it for every player. But then how far do we get into that when we start seeing games ending with 9 versus 9 because someone's told the ref it's a fucking joke? That's a shit decision, ref. That's a shit decision. Yellow card, red card, you're off. The old adage, look, I'll take this. The old adage, right? Rugby is a hooligan's game played by gentlemen. Football is a gentleman's game played by hooligans. Football is a gentleman's game watched by hooligans. I think that's the term. You can't go about football and say that you are just going to wipe it off the face of the earth, because where was the precedent set at the start of the season? And look, I will say, Chappie, I agree. I think sometimes when I see Bruno going after the ref, I'm like, Bruno, shut up. Bruno, shut up. But you have to set a bar. This ain't setting no bar. Players will do this weekend. Players will turn around to the ref this weekend and go, oh, fuck off. What, me? Are you fucking joking? Are you fucking mad? Ah, fuck off. They'll do that this weekend. But we won't see 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 red cards, will we? No, we won't. Not unless Matt Donohue's there and his feelings get hurt. Talking about Maguire takes the heat off Carrick. We'll talk about Carrick in a bit. There's plenty to discuss there. Rugby is a man's game and the refs are different to football. Agree. The hair bubble was brutal, honestly. I mean, I've heard, and look, I'm going to give you an exclusive. Look, Dan United, we're going places. I've got an exclusive. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is currently in hospital. His family are around him. They're with him at this really, really hard time. They don't know if the hair bubble's going to pull through. It's a really sad time. You know, they don't know what they're going to do. The bubble is fighting. It's fighting. You know, thoughts are with it. What the fuck? What I mean, Phil's right, of course, says Gaza. The Premier League, FA, refs, VAR are all making themselves look like a bunch of amateurs. And honestly, I've seen better ref standards at my local park on a Saturday and Sunday. Jesus Christ. I mean, imagine these Premier League refs managing a Sunday League side. No chance. They've said they're only giving him one game, luckily, Gaza, so he's got one game, unless you're on about Martinez. The Martinez sending off is the most ridiculous decision I've seen in all my years of watching all types of football. At all levels, football is a contact sport. Well, it used to be anyway. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. For DCL to go to the ref and say his hair is being put. I mean, look, DCL, right, you know, I thought he did a great job against United. He got under the players, but when I found out he'd gone to the ref and gone, the hair! It took me 20 minutes. 20 minutes to do this. It's all ruined. Oh, no. What am I going to fucking hell? Oh, at the end of the day, if Slabby had kept his mouth shut, then he'd be playing on Saturday. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you, Chappie. I think if you think Harry Maguire genuinely deserves to miss the game against Chelsea for saying it's a joke, you're all a fucking joke, then our difference is opinion. You know, our opinions differ, and that's cool. That's what we do on this channel. We have opinions that differ. But me, myself personally, and I'd like to think 99% of people would look and go, that does not warrant a one-match ban. Again, I go back to if he just said, see you next Tuesday and stuff like that. And I get it. Look, there's levels, isn't there? And Carl, I agree. Why are they not allowed to voice their frustrations? I guarantee, right? I guarantee 99% of us watched that game and went, that ref is taking the fucking piss. What the fuck is he doing? What Wolfie said about the refs going up and down the leagues based on performance is a great idea. Absolutely. I'm going to show you something that will shock you about referees in a minute. Yeah, fair enough, Gaz. No accountability, absolutely. What's the difference between what Martinez did and the Semenyo one? The Semenyo one's 10 times worse, but that wasn't looked at. R.I.P. bobblehead. He also broke an eyelash. Harry's banned after the Sun because he turned around to the fourth official, Matt Donoghue. Be careful, if you ever stand next to this guy on the bus, he'll report you if you haven't got your ticket ready, and said, it's a fucking joke. You're all a fucking joke, and he's got an extra match ban for that. Gazza, you can have some of mine. Honestly, my dad's bald. My uncle's bald. I don't know how I've still got this full head of hair. Like, it's mental. I mean, I even changed the style today. Football is supposed to be a really simple game. I'm tired now. How many rules and regulations are there now? It's going to get worse and worse. Where's the fun? And slimy bastards, absolutely. We'll talk about the selection against Chelsea shortly. I'll start that, Andy. We'll come back to that, mate. Now, I wanted to bring this up. Christ almighty, my screens are all over the place because I've had to change this tonight. I wanted to bring this up. Where is it? This just makes me sick. This just makes me sick. Like, this... Premier League referees earn an average annual salary of 170 grand to 180 grand, which includes a base salary, match fees, and performance bonuses. Experienced top flight officials could earn up to 250 grand a year, and look who's the poster boy of it. That fucking Smurf. Jesus Christ. 250 grand a year these guys get if they hit their bonuses. What are their bonuses for? Do you remember? I don't know. Some of you are older than me, but some of you might be the same age. The older ones might have had this when they were younger. Do you remember back in the day when they used to say when you fail your driving test, oh, well, they've got to fail a few people for the quota. I wonder what these Burks have got to fill their fucking quotas. I wonder. I wonder. It's a joke. Honestly, I have to pull my screen down. Just looking. Let me just zoom in on him. I mean, look. Oh, I can't even get onto him, to be fair. Look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. That is a face only a mother could fucking love. I mean, look at him. He's definitely a bloke that after a couple of Stellas goes, come on then. Come on then. Come on then. Absolute clown. Honestly, I hope we never have that ref again. Can't stand him. Now, look, I mean, this is the reality of the decision. And I wanted to talk to you all about this because this is the reality. This is where we find ourselves. Going into the game on Saturday, Yoro and Heaven. Yoro and Heaven. Now, let me go on to... Where's the poll? Because we did a poll at the start. 29% think that they're right. Fuck it, honestly. Fucking game's gone. Game's gone. I can't wait to be bought out by That's Football. Let me ask the question, okay? We're not talking about the team selection just yet, but with Heaven and Yoro at the back, what we saying? What we saying? Win, lose, and of course we'll go with draw. We'll go with draw. Actually, we need to check with Matt Donoghue. Can we say draw? Is that allowed? You're not going to get upset if we say draw. You pasty face pillock. Here's my take on it. Look. Lenny Yoro hasn't been great. Lenny Yoro hasn't been great this season. He's had decent spells, but like I've said to you all after the Martinez sending off, Yoro was never a player in the form that he was in whilst coming in to deputise, where I looked at it and went, well, Yoro's keeping Martinez out when he comes back. Yoro's keeping Maguire out when he comes back. Yoro's just he's done okay. Heaven, however, is someone that I've wanted in the side for a long time. Like, I rate Heaven. Now, on the basis of it, you've got two young lads, but two lads that have played Premier League football. This isn't like we're just thrusting two, like a Fredrickson in there. It's not like we're chucking a 16-year-old in there. These two lads have played football in the Premier League. Aiden Heaven's had a decent season. Yoro, not so much. Now, what I'm thinking here is We can look at it the pessimistic way, and I'll check the votes in a minute. Or we can look at it, this is a chance for Heaven to show what he can do to Carrick. He hasn't had, I don't think he's had any proper opportunities under Carrick yet, has he? Has he maybe had a couple? Aidan Heaven is an absolute talent. Chelsea are not the side that we should fear incredibly. Chelsea are not a side. If we were going away to the Emirates, regardless of how bad Arsenal are at the moment, I'd be like, this could be dicey. If we were going to the Etihad, I'd be like, holy shit. If we were going to St. James's Park, I'd be like, no chance. The crowd will get on top of them. But Chelsea at the moment are in just as much trouble as we are with their players. The defence is absolutely shocking. I don't doubt for 1 second we're going to concede goals at the weekend. I even said to Don in the Football's 12th Man chat that I think this is a score draw at the weekend. Now, a score draw keeps us 7 points ahead of Chelsea, so that's not a major issue here. Do we potentially drop third place? Yeah, probably. Villa will be looking at this weekend and going, oh. Chelsea will be looking at this going, oh. We need Mainu back, and Mainu is a massive doubt because you could probably get away with Heaven and Yoro at the back when you've got Mainu and Casemiro, because what you do is you just allow Mainu to be the person that can freely run, starts the balls off from the back. He's absolutely fine, nice passes, and you allow Casemiro to become that destroyer, protecting the two boys at the back. I think with an Agate and a Casemiro, I think it could be trouble. I think there will be goals. I actually think Saturday is more a case of who can outscore who. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if Saturday it's like 3-2, 4-3, 5-3, 4-2. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me if it's a high-scoring game. But like I said, we're not looking at Aidan Heaven, the 16-year-old who's just come from Arsenal. We're looking at Aidan Heaven who's played in the Premier League. And when he's played, he's looked okay. And this might just be the burst that Aidan Heaven needs before the end of the season. Just to remind Carrick, just to remind the United boys, yeah, I'm here. And I've got a big, big potential in front of me. Let's see how the vote's going. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's terrible. 71% of you straight away have gone for a win. 71% of you have gone for a win on Saturday. If you've just joined, we've asked the question, with Heaven and Yoro at the back, what will the result be on Saturday? Win, lose, or draw? I think it's interesting no one's gone for a draw. It's going to be a high-scoring game, you know. It's going to be high-scoring. What else did I want to look at as well? This was something that was... This I had to laugh at. I'm laughing at a lot of things today. So this is apparently Manchester United's chances of finishing third in the Premier League have fallen off a cliff, dropping from 71% to just 16% in a matter of 2 days. Did I miss something? Are we not third at the moment with a better goal difference? Have I missed the point where are we 12th? Like, what are we doing here? These stats, it baffles me. Do you remember when they had like the octopus for the World Cup? Oh, Ginny the octopus has picked England are going to beat Cameroon. Fucking go on, Ginny. This is bullshit. Like, I don't understand why we even look at these things. But I saw it and I thought, I've got to talk to it through you guys because I just feel like it's an absolute mess. And look, we'll stick. Let me just. 62% of you are saying a win on Saturday. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this: where do United actually finish? Because, I mean, a lot of the 12th man boys still say we're getting Champions League. Some of them say we're finishing third. Some of them say we're finishing fourth. I'm going to put third, fourth. I'm not putting sixth because I don't think we dropped that far. Where are we finishing this season? Do you know what? I will, just for the lols. Just for the lols. Where are Manchester United finishing this season? Because last time I checked, Aston Villa's form is in the pits. Aston Villa are an absolute mess at the moment. They are. They're doing okay in Europe, but Europe's a welcome distraction. They're playing fucking Bologna. Yeah? All they're missing is the meatballs. Where do you think United finish? At the moment, 100% are saying third. I love that. I love the confidence. You need to cheer me up because today has just absolutely fucking destroyed me with that decision. What else have we got here? I knew when he booked Cunha early on that he was going to send one of ours off. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a yellow. No, I wanted that to be fair. I'm sure most refs are failed environmental officers that walk around the city centres handing out fines. Absolutely, and Gaza as well. Traffic wardens, fucking brilliant. The last time we had these lads playing together was the 1-1 versus Leeds away. Fuck Leeds, man. I said that on purpose because look who's coming. All boxed up. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Perfect timing, mate. Perfect timing. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on. Chelsea are all over the place, so I still back us to win. I don't think it's out the realms that we go there and beat Chelsea. I think Chelsea are in just as dire a mess as we are at the moment in confidence. Our confidence, make no doubt about it. Manchester United's confidence is shot at the moment. We didn't play for 24 days. We come back and played like we'd never played before. Leeds absolutely took us to pieces. But confidence is a problem. I do think it is. Now, with Heaven and Yoro, do you get the confidence of youth at the back? One thing's for certain, I don't want to see Ahmad starting at the weekend. Evening, Anthony. Good to see you, mate. He says, evening, Dan and chat. PGMOL can go back itself. With a red hot poker, absolutely disgusting to display this season. Yeah, and they released something on Twitter before. I don't know if I can get it up. Not like that. I'm talking about the Twitter. Where is it? Hang on. Let me just snip this. Let me just snip this, right? Let me just get rid of this and let me add this on. This will make you laugh. This is on Twitter. This is on Twitter. Match officials mic'd up. The latest installment of the 2025-26 season is now available, featuring in-game audio between on-field and VAR officials, alongside reflections on key decisions from the latest match rounds. UK watchers can watch the whole match officials mic'd up video on Sky Sports and TNT Sports. International users can get access to the full video with their local rights holder. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I literally said at the start of the video that they would one day want it to be ref of the day, not match of the day. Just like no one cares. The only thing we care about is what you're doing to our fucking game. Absolute bozos, man. Yeah, I love Heaven too. I love Heaven. Heaven looks like he wants to play for the club and great on the ball. Heaven reminds me of a young Rio. I've said that for so long. He reminds me so much of a young Rio. I remember when Rio burst onto the scene at West Ham. He was so confident as a kid. This lad's, I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Rio. I don't like comparing players to players. You know that. But he reminds me of him so much. He really does. Steve-O says, as long as our players remember that goals are 24 foot wide and 8 foot high and not 50 foot high, we might have a chance of getting a few goals. What's the score at the moment, Steve? You're normally ahead of us all. Andy says, Dan, do you think Sesko is an impact player more than a starter? Do you know what? Sesko baffles me. I think at the moment this season, what we're seeing from Sesko, he looks so much better when he's coming on with a point to prove, doesn't he? Like, he almost looks, when he gets subbed on, he's almost like, right, I'll show you. I'll show you. But when he starts a game, I mean, look, we don't play to the guy's strengths. We don't. But he did have opportunities against Leeds. He did have chances. And the lad's young. The lad's still developing. Appreciate that. I think he needs help. I do. I think next season we need someone to either back him up or to go there and fight for the place with him. But Sesko, for me, it's a bit of it's a frustrating one because I don't know is my answer. I think after the season's finished and I can go back and I can review, I'll give you a definitive answer. But from me at the moment, what it looks like is that this guy feels more confident coming off the bench and putting the ball in the back of the net. So we'll see. In typical fashion, the games we should win, i.e. Leeds, we get handed to us, so we will walk over Chelsea. Agate hat-trick. If Agate scores a hat-trick, honestly, I will... If Agate gets a hat-trick, I will get... What will I get? If Agate scores a hat-trick, I will get Paul Tierney tattooed on my forehead. I'll do it. I don't care. That's how confident I am. Carl says Bayern 3-all aggregate against Madrid, and it's 2-1 Madrid on the night. What a game so far. Carlos, keep me posted. It looks Carpe, absolutely. Sesko needs service. He does. He needs service more than it's facts. We don't play to the guy's strength. I liken it a bit to Gyökeres at Arsenal. I do liken it to Gyökeres. Gyökeres joined Arsenal, and this guy was the guy that put the ball in the back of the net. He didn't have to worry about being part of the hold-up and dropping deep to start plays. His job was to score goals. He went to Arsenal. Arsenal haven't played to his strengths. Arteta hasn't. Arsenal fans will tell you that as well. That's why he suffered. All boxed up with a super chat. Love your channel. We love you too, mate. We love you too. Thank you very much, mate. You're always welcome here. I'm not always angry. Not always angry. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than watch that bollocks, says Carl. If anyone pays money so they can hear the ref, then they need to go fuck off with their raincoat and foil hat. What a guy, man. What a guy. Sesko looks better at the end of the game, as that's where we start crossing for the first 65 minutes. Every match, the wingers want to shoot, not cross. This is the thing that annoys me a little bit about Carrick and Holland. I don't think United for the past... I mean, we did it against Arsenal. We did it against City. But I don't think United, since Fergie... I'll go back as far as Fergie. We haven't really had... I mean, Ollie, sometimes you could say. We never had a manager who played the team we were playing. And when I say that, I mean set up to play the team we were playing. If you're playing against a team that's susceptible to crosses, you get the ball in the box. We don't do that. I don't know why we don't do that, but we just don't do that. We seem to just play. We want to play a certain way, which is sideward passing, get the ball to the wings, then get it to Cunha, to Bruno, and see if they can slip something through. We don't play teams. We don't look at a team's weakness and go, that's what we're going to exploit. But you know what other teams do when they play United? They do just that. They exploit our weaknesses, and boy, do we have some. Pink hair. I'm not bothered about it. I'll do pink hair. Yeah, I'll do pink hair. Ugarte, hat-trick, I'll run around Telford naked. Let me know where you are, it looks Carpe. I'll follow you with a towel. Carlos says, can you still tell I'm annoyed? Not sure if it's come through clearly. Mate, I think we're all angry tonight. I think we're all angry. Without Mainu in the midfield, in the side, we looked pedestrian in midfield. We absolutely did, Andy. A lot of people were saying, what does Mainu do? I think on Monday, we missed what Mainu does. Ugarte can't string a sentence together, let alone a pass. So why were we expecting him to be able to break down leads? We knew that the midfield was going to get absolutely rolled over. I think. Oh, right, let's have a look at this. Hang on, let me have a look. I think Ugarte scored against Everton, February 25. Rarer than hen's teeth. Fucking hell. Oh, God. We're going to start with him on Saturday, lads. We're going to start with him on Saturday. Let's move on to some more news, because I did want to go through some other bits and pieces. See you, lads. So, obviously, this starts dropping today. I said this after the Leeds game, and we talked about it last night, that there is huge concern among the United hierarchy at the lack of intensity and purpose in the team's display against Leeds. Given they had the luxury of 3 weeks to prepare for the game against opponents who had won just once away all season. Against Wolves. I mean, that's damning in itself. We knew these stories were coming, but it's this one that interests me. On Michael Carrick, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team of Manchester United executives are wary of falling into the same sentimental trap as predecessor Ed Woodward, who appointed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer manager on a permanent basis after a whirlwind start to his interim stint in charge. I mean, beating PSG in the Champions League, I'm not sure that's a whirlwind start. That was incredible. Ollie's start was unbelievable. Solskjaer's appointment was always blighted by his emotional attachment to the club. There is determination not to repeat that mistake with Carrick. This was dropped this morning by Fabrizio Romano. I was waiting for this, to be fair. So it was stated that Iraola open to United after announcing Bournemouth departure. This is going to ramp up. I think we are going to speak to this manager, by the way. I think United are at least going to speak to him. And do you know something? Sam at United People's TV, he said the same today, and I agree with him. Whereas Carrick, I think, at the moment has done well enough look, we're third. If he finishes third in the Premier League, he'll have done a fantastic job. Well, I think he's done well enough to be in the conversation. This doesn't mean that we should not be interviewing other managers. My only concern with it is if it's just a Nagelsmann, I ain't interested. I don't want him. But if it opens up, and I'll show you some of the managers that we again have been linked with today, if it opens up and you're talking to a pool of managers like this, well, then there are conversations to be had. And I think it is right to go and speak to them. I'm not flip-flopping by any means. If Carrick gets us third and we can get that attractive football back with a decent summer, I'd be intrigued to see what the lad does. But Romano addressed the subject in a YouTube video published Tuesday evening, saying that the Spanish coach made the decision several weeks ago and would prefer to stay in the Premier League, not with Bournemouth. Now, who does that open him up to? Liverpool? Not a chance. I think Xabi Alonso's already done there. Newcastle United, I think, is the one. Newcastle United, I think, is the one that we need to keep an eye on. Is Sophie in the chat? No, she isn't. Good. I'll say this. I'll say this now. Wouldn't it be hilarious if we stole the manager that Newcastle United wanted after stealing players they've wanted? Either way, Manchester United at the moment have not known to have had any talks with him. United are still positive about Michael Carrick staying. So, look, it's up in the air. I think we will speak to Iraola. I do. I saw a great video on Steve Howson's channel when I say cooking tea. I can't cook because the cooker won't fucking work because the electrics have been blown. When I was making my chicken sandwich. And he listed a few qualities about Iraola that I was like, do you know something? It's spot on. Can work well within a budget. United don't have the 500 million that I think people think we're going to have. We're going to have to do some business in the free transfer market. Senesi, hello. Bournemouth at the moment. Good stock. Could get him in on a free. Iraola has worked in what Manchester United are trying to achieve with the signings they make, which is bringing players in and having that resale value if we want to sell them on. He fits the bill with that. He's done that with Bournemouth several times. His football is progressive. It is progressive. It's decent. He's also used to having to start again, chap. Like, he's started again several times with Bournemouth in his short time there. You look at the players, I mean, to list a couple, Dean Howson, not Dan Howson. You are cursed. Semenyo, Kirkez. He's had his team ripped apart. So he's got a lot of experience in having to rebuild and start again. I don't think it's a silly... I don't think it's a silly conversation. We spoke about this weeks ago about it, and I said Iraola would be one I'd be looking at. By the way, it's tight. 43% of you say third and 43% of you say fourth is where United will finish. Interestingly enough, nobody says sixth. I'm glad with that. I'm happy with that. Good. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. Let me bring up the managers that apparently we're being linked with. Okay, let me bring these up. Where are we? Where are we? Managers we're looking at. Here we go. So while Manchester United were always continuing to assess other candidates for the head coach role, despite Carrick's positive impact, that process has gathered pace in recent days with an acknowledgement among the hierarchy that they cannot get the next appointment wrong. Absolutely correct, by the way. Absolutely correct. They cannot get it wrong. United are still assessing candidates, including Enrique, no chance. Nagelsmann, don't want him. Unai Emery's a shout. I wouldn't mind looking at Unai Emery. Glasner, I don't want Oliver Glasner. I think this guy's... I don't see him being the guy that comes and turns our fortunes around. He's far too volatile. And then, of course, Iraola is under consideration, although he is favourite to take over at Atletico Bilbao. There are some good managers there. Let me just raise this a second. Oh, fucking hell, I don't know what that's doing there. Let me just raise that and bring them there. Add Carrick into the conversation. Who would you guys want out of that list? Let's take Carrick out of the equation. Who are you taking from that list of managers? Like, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who are you taking? Number one is Enrique for me. But that's a dream. We ain't gonna get Enrique. He's gonna sign a new deal at PSG. He's probably gonna win the Champions League with them as well. Gazza's off. Take care, Gazza. See you soon, mate. Take care of yourself, buddy. Anthony says, I can't help feel the Iraola announcement just feels too coincidental to me. Why not wait until the end of the season? That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, why would you say with 6 games to go after the Arsenal game? Do you know what, lads? By the way, great result at the weekend, but just to let you know, all my bags are packed. Oh, I hate to leave you, 'cause I'm leaving on a jet plane, touchdown at Old Trafford again. Do you believe in coincidences? A coinkydink. We like a cheeky coinkydink. Bayern 2-2 at the moment against Madrid. Now 4-3 to Bayern on aggregate. Honestly, it's like a basketball game. Do you think it's true the Glazers are interested in Spurs? I would love them to be interested in Spurs. I mean, what else? Imagine being a Spurs fan, right? You get relegated and you go, right, we've been relegated. What could go wrong now? What? The Glazers are signing it. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I'd wish that on Spurs. I mean, we want them gone. Of course we want them gone. Sophie wants Fabregas is staying though, isn't he? It looks Carpi. I think he's set to stay at Como at the moment. Doesn't he have part ownership in Como as well? I'm sure Fabregas has part ownership in Como. I might be wrong. Is Arsenal still 0-0? I hope so, by the way, Alex Carpi. Madrid 3-2 now, back to 4-4 on aggregate. Back to you in the studio, Carl. Enrique or Iraola for me. I don't think there's anything wrong with that decision. It looks Carpi. I think out of the two of them, Unai Emery is a shout. I think Unai Emery would want one more big job. I think he's got one more big job left in him. Now, he's obviously been held back with what he wants to achieve at Villa. And I don't mean that in a slight to Villa, but I think Villa, with the financial restraint that they've got, I think they've done incredible. I do. He's always been in and around the Champions League conversation. I think he's transformed Aston Villa. I like the way that they play football when they've got everyone available. I think if I was to put it into numbers, and if I was adding Carrick into it, I think I would go first Nagelsmann, first Enrique, second Iraola, third Unai Emery, fourth Carrick, and then the other two I wouldn't even look at. Ferdinand, good to see you, mate. Oh, is it 0-0 still? Thank you, mate. Cheers. Ferdinand says, after watching PSG yesterday and Bayern today, I am worried with us in the Champions League. We got to get there first, Ferdinand. But yeah, it's a concern. Manchester United have said this for so long. I'd like to think that we're doing the right moves in the scouting world. I'd like to think we're looking at the right players. We know that we've got to go out there and get some players that are going to make us better, but also going to deepen our squad. Absolutely. This is my concern. You remember a couple of weeks ago when I started mentioning the R word? Well, they got knocked out last night. Marcus Rashford's Barcelona wish put on hold after Champions League exit. Now, what I wanted to bring to you, this was a Barcelona fan. Let me just I'm not getting rid of you, Fednat, but I'm just going to get rid of that comment a second, brother. Let me just get rid of that so we can read all of this. I don't question Marcus Rashford's quality. What I question is his mentality and desire, man. He gets a chance in the box and should lift his head and make the right decision. But what's he do? Does he look up? No. Head down, plays into the middle. Come on, Marcus. He's been playing first division football since he was 17. These are the matches where you have to make the difference. These are the games. Let me be real. Rashford has quality, no doubt. But over the two legs, Lookman outplayed him here, man. He had one chance, and he scored just one. Rashford had 5 in the first leg and didn't score any. Do you know why? In your career, Rashford, you have not won any major titles. Do you know why you have 0 Premier League titles with Man United? Because you have to put your foot in there, man. And Barcelona fans, I kind of knew this was going to come. I knew that Barcelona fans, the Champions League is what they wanted. La Liga, they're flying in that. I don't think winning La Liga is enough for Barcelona to say, yeah, we'll keep him, because they've got Yamal, they've got Rafinha. They're looking at so many other talents. I think if they win the Champions League with the money they get, they go, do you know what? We'll keep him. Yeah, we can do it. We'll do it. I'm still standing by what I said to you weeks ago. I think Marcus Rashford ends up back at United in the summer. Now, do we sell him on? Maybe. Or does he get reintroduced into the club? Probably. But make no mistake about it, this is a concern. Let me just bring it back up a second. Bring it all up to you. Rashford worry. This is a concern for Manchester United. It's a mad concern. Mad concern. Glazers to buy Spurs and use United as the B team. Chappie, you're not wrong. Now, let's do something here, because we haven't done this for a while, and I know it's a few games away. Let me put myself back as a big guy. Yo, I'm back. Oh! I was trying to be, what's his name? Christopher Walken then. I hate watching my team play football, says Shano. What's the score? Surely you're not losing. Let's have a look. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. To dear. No, it's 0-0 half time. Fuck me, that is boring, isn't it? Yeah, I feel for you. I do feel for you, Shano. I think, I think Arteta's on it. 1-0. It says 0-0 half time. Oh, do you mean on aggregate? Am I missing something? A BBC Sport lying to me? No, I've got 0-0 unless you mean on aggregate. Look at the Madrid game. Dan Rodri, Haaland questioned the referee. The FA hate us. Absolutely. Look, I'm not going to dwell on it again, but I will bring it back up because I was calm for a bit. But this is a fucking joke. And make no mistake about it. Shane, I'd be interested to get your opinion on this. You're an Arsenal fan. I'd be interested to get your opinion on this. Do you think that he deserved the red card, the extra ban? Sporting been better team, Dan. I'm watching Bayern Madrid. I wish I was watching Bayern Madrid, but actually, I'd rather talk to you beautiful people. You know I love you all to absolute death. I love you to the moon and back. Now then, let's get this up. Nope. Good lad, Shane. Football fans before rivalries. Let me bring this up. Let me share the screen. Because I think we need to have this. Look, it's City, Shane. It's City, isn't it? It's City. Let me share the screen and let me bring this up. Boom! Can I get myself in the corner there? Get myself nice and tidy in the corner. There we go. I'm in the corner. I'm in my mum's car. Right, let me change the formation. Manchester United at the weekend. Let me zoom it in a bit. Right. In goal, we know it's Lemmy. Question is, chat, who are we going at right back? Who are we interested? Who are we thinking right back? Because I've got to be honest with you, chat. After that shit show on Monday, I don't want Mazraoui anywhere near it. Carl wants him at left back. I'm happy to stick. We'll go. Look, I think Dalot has to start at right back. Obviously, get your comments in. Let me have a sip of my warm tea. Get your comments in. Who are you saying at right back on Saturday? What will be interesting is whoever plays right back is going to be up against that little shit who is already regretting the biggest mistake in his career, joining Chelsea. Let me see if I can make myself a bit bigger here. Can I make myself a bit bigger? Hang on a minute. Can I make myself bigger? I don't know what the fuck I've just done there. Hang on, let's just delete that. I'm coming back. I'm back. I just want to see if I can make myself a bit bigger. There we go. Oh, that's a bit bigger. Buying still United. Good to see you, mate. Shirley Carter, Garnacho. Kills me to say it, but Dalot. I want Dalot to do Garnacho like he did Doco. Kills me. I think we're all in agreement. I think Dalot's going to come back into that. I think Dallow's going to come back. The centre-backs, let's be honest, we know what it is. Barring a miracle and Martinez getting found not guilty, it is going to be Yoro and it is going to be Heaven. Left back, I think we know it's going to be. In fact, before I put Luke Shaw, who are you having at left back? Who you have? Andy goes Dallo as well. Carl's gone. Shaw at centre back. I know he's played there, but I think we need him. Touche. Mazza at left back. I thought Mazza was appalling on Monday. And let's not forget, Carl, that's his position he likes playing, by the way. Are we actually against Luke Shaw at left back? Are we actually doing this? Are we actually saying no to Luke Shaw at left back? Are we? Okay, now. Hells bells! Looks like we're going Mazraoui at left back. I'm stunned at that. The trouble is with Luke Shaw at a centre back, Carl, is I don't think. How tall is Luke Shaw? Is he? I don't think he's 6 foot. Is he? How tall is Luke Shaw? First one to come up was Luke Littler. 1.78. What's 1.78 in feet? That's not 6 foot. That's like 5'10", isn't it? Luke Shaw's 5'8". I don't want Luke Shaw at centre back. Not with an inexperienced centre back next to him. Shaw needs a Zimmer frame. We'll stick Mazza at left back. I don't think. I'm happy to say Mazza at left back, but I don't think Shaw at centre back. Now we know that Uncle Cassie's going to be there. Who goes next to Casemiro? I think we all know who we want, but talk to me about who you think will go there. Whilst I'm doing that, actually, let me see if I can find some more news about Mainu. Let me see if I can find if Mainu is going to be back. Let me have a look. Let me see if I can find out. Make your mind up, Carlos. Oh, okay. Okay, hang on a second. So, let me just have a look. Might have some good news here. I might have some good news for you here, people. Let me scroll down. Hang on a second. Stick with me. Okay, Carrick's hopeful that Kobbie Mainoo will be there. So with that in mind, I think the midfield picks itself, doesn't it? We don't want Agate anywhere near that fucking lineup. If you stand real close to Dallo, then you can hear the ocean, says Gregory. Good to see you, mate. Are we wanting Shaw at left back? Okay, we'll change. I'm glad sense prevailed there. I'm glad that sense prevailed because I think Mazraoui was poor. Now then, let's go forward further up the field. This position here is the highly contested one because we know that Bruno will be here. We know that Bruno will be there in that cam role. The question is, will he revert back to what he knows? Will he go with Mbeumo up top, Ahmad on the right, and Cunha on the left? I think we can all agree Cunha's there. Cunha's not missing this game. This is the two positions here. Talk to me. In the words of Maverick, talk to me, Goose. Who do we see playing? Because look, in my eyes, I would still be keeping Sesko up top. I think Sesko against that defence, against that fucking Chelsea defence, can do the business. I would be dropping Ahmad and I'd be putting Bryan wide right. I don't think there's any point. Andy wants to bring Bruno. Do you know something? If Mainoo's not fit, Andy, I wouldn't drop Bruno there. I'd put Mount there. We didn't like Bruno in that central midfield, did we? I think, honestly, this guy here, and I think this guy here. Talk to me. Am I alone? Am I alone? Am I alone in thinking this? Can I make myself a bit bigger now? I can. There we go, actually. Let me zoom that in a bit. Let me zoom in. Zoom. We'll chase the day away. I don't know why that's doing that. There we go. Let me scroll down. There we go. Boom. I knew The moon and stars came out to play. Obviously, Manu with fit. Sesko and Bryan's gone chappy. No, Bruno and Cassie was a nightmare. I'd love to see Lacey. I mean, look, is it too big a game to put Lacey in? I agree with you, Carlos. I'd love to see Lacey have a go. I'd love to see Lacey have a go. Andy says Lacey as well. I mean, look, fucking hell. Are we all we're all dropping we're dropping Sesko like a hot potato, aren't we? I actually think Sesko in this game will score. I think Chelsea is so open. Their defence is so bad. I think we'll have a lot of opportunities against Chelsea because Gusto at the right, hang on, Cucurella at left back. I tell you something, if anyone needs their fucking hair pulling off, it's him. Imagine Martinez against Cucurella. Cucurella on this is the type of guy Cucurella is, by the way, right? He on Saturday will be like this in front of every player. Look at my hair. Look at my luscious hair. I still laugh. Was it Semenyo who absolutely thrown him to the fucking floor? Do you know what? It looks Carpy makes a great comment here, by the way. Lacey looks like he wants it and would cross the ball to Sesko. Having a younger player, would they look more to do that? Would they look more to be creative and get the ball into the box? I mean, look, you're the people. You know, I follow. This is a community. As much as that's what I do, this is a community. If you guys say you want it, then who am I to deny you? Who am I to deny you? That's the team. Let me just zoom. I'll save it. Hang on. Let me save it. Download image. Save. Yes. 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 Let me stop sharing. Hello, I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. Let me get the OBS up. Let me just do this. Fucking hell, that did. Right, let me just hang on. Where have I gone? What have I done to myself? What have I done to myself? Let me just trim that. Let me trim that. Let me make it a bit bigger. There we go. That's your team. Where's Lemmy? We can't play without a fucking keeper. We'd be mullered. That's your team. That's your team. That's picked by the people. That's picked by the people. That's what we do. The chances of us seeing that team are slim, I must say. Lacey left, Bryan up front. Andy's the same. Andy's the same. That's the team that the people want. You give the power to the people. That's what we do on this channel. We give the power to you, the people. You, the community. You, the Bryan Brigade. We give the power to you, and then we sell the company to the overlap. I joke. Sesko come on in the 60th minute and we'll score. Let me just have a look at what Chelsea's. Let me bring up Chelsea's last. Hang on. Let me bring up Chelsea's last. This was Chelsea's lineup on Sunday. Sunday. Where are we? We need a 12th man. Where are you? Where's the lineup? The lineup is here. Let me just trim that. So this was Chelsea's lineup on Sunday. Let me just scoot that out of the way. Let me add the image. Desktop. There we are. Boom. He's just put email it to Carrick. Fucking Carl, that's hilarious. That is. This was the team that started against City. I mean, straight away you're looking at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper straight away. He's got. I mean, he got sent off against us the last time. Gusto at right back, Fofana, the 80 million man. I forgot the injury-prone centre-back, Hato, the youngster, Correa, Andre Santos, Caicedo, Palmer. What I tell you, do you know what's going to really fucking irritate me? Chat, I'm telling you now, Palmer's had an awful season. Watch that guy come to life against United on Saturday. Estevao on the right, Pedro Neto on the left, and João Pedro up top. Hilver Mason, good to see you, mate. He says, yes, Esco will come on as a substitute. Watch him from the Caribbean island, Dominica. My mate's going to the Dominican Republic on the 25th. It's always an island I've wanted to go, to be fair. Just pray we don't get another bad ref VAR decision, because if we do things, I'd say would get me permanently banned from YouTube, in my opinion. Oh, laugh my ass off. Yeah, I mean, look, as long as what's his name, matey boy's not there, Darren Donahue or whatever his fucking name is, fucking Tim Nice but dim, I think we'll be all right. But look, it's something that we do have to consider. There are going to be decisions that are going to be questionable. United now are going to be. This is what I want to see. Okay, this is what I want to see from our boys. Let me just get myself back up as a bit. There we go, back in the big time. Yo, he's back. He got, she got, they got. Manchester United. If Carrick is the real deal, if Carrick has taken on board what he's learned from Sir Alex Ferguson, if Carrick's got that United way in him, he will absolutely be telling these boys on Saturday to go there and leaving without 3 points is not an option. He'll be telling those boys, you go there and you give a great account of yourself and we get the points we need. Because, look, we have another opportunity to go 10 points clear of Chelsea. 10 points clear of Chelsea with 5 games to go, we'd need 10 points. No, we wouldn't. We'd need 5 points, wouldn't we? Hang on a minute. My maths is not mathing. We would need 5 games left, 15. We're 10 points ahead. We'd need 2 wins. 2 wins if we've done it. 2 wins. And the following, and you've got games against Brentford, Brighton, Liverpool. Who else? Nottingham Forest. Who's the other one? Who's the other one? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Chat, who am I missing? Let me have a look. Who am I missing? It's Poopy. It's Poopy. Scores and fixtures. Manchester United. Chelsea, Brentford. Sunderland away. United got tough fixtures, but if we beat Chelsea at the weekend, I think we can easily say that we can pick 2 more wins up. And that's, by the way, with the teams below us having to pick up maximum points. Like, they'd have to win every game, which isn't possible because Liverpool have to face Chelsea yet. Yeah, I think we're in a decent. I think we find ourselves in a better position. We need 2 wins from the next 6 games for me. I think 2 wins do it. I think 2 wins get us to the promised land. Doesn't get us third by any means. What else we got? Just pretty. I've gone that one. No, it's Dominican Republic. It's between 2. Right. Apologies. My apologies, Hilvan Mason. My apologies, mate. I do apologise. No disrespect there. Estevao is the only one I'm really worried about. It says it looks Carpy will run Shaw ragged. Estevao got subbed off quick when the red card happened, didn't he? When we played him last time, I think. 2 wins, I agree. Yep, Sunderland are tough. Yeah, Sunderland are going to be a tough one. Will Carrick be under pressure if we lose? I don't think Carrick's under pressure. I mean, the pressure's on for him to get the job, but I don't think he's in a win-win situation here, isn't he? He's in a win-win situation. Gets Champions League, he keeps the job. Gets Champions League, doesn't get the job, he'll get another job somewhere else. Like, Carrick's done himself no harm when it comes to getting another job in football. He really hasn't. You know, managing at United, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets another job in the Premier League if he doesn't get it there. But the fixtures are definitely there for United. Definitely there. Hang on, let me just check. Chelsea are the ones that I'm worried about at the moment. Chelsea's remaining fixtures are United away, United at home, Brighton away, Leeds. Oh, that's the FA Cup. Nottingham Forest at home, Liverpool away, Spurs at home, and Chelsea away, and Sunderland away. Some tough fixtures. I mean, who's Villa got? Let's have a look at Aston Villa. Villa are still in European knockout competition as well. Sunderland at home, Fulham away. Then they've got Spurs at home, Burnley away, and then they've got 2 horrible games. They've got Liverpool at home and City away. All the teams that are fighting for the Champions League, they've all got some humdingers coming. They've got some humdingers coming. It's about who wants it the most. Guys, I've just realised I've been live for an hour and 10 minutes. I'd stay with you all night. You know that, but Mrs. Robinson, I've got to go and check on her and make sure she's okay. Look, tomorrow we will have Tezki with us. We will be doing transfer talk tomorrow. We'll be reviewing, obviously, what's been happening and also speaking about what's coming on in the week. Make sure you're here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Make sure you've liked and subscribed, and make sure you follow what we're doing. It's been a busy one the last couple of days. I think now we can slowly start to put to bed this fucking awful FA decision. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. A burning passion of 1,000 suns is what I hate them. But either way, remember this for me, you beautiful buggers. Pain is temporary. Class is permanent. Dan United. Uta! Uta! Uta!